This video is powered by KR Mangalam University.
The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, known as the IRGC, has an enigmatic occult reason behind Mojtaba's sudden and prolonged absence from the public eye, sparking widespread speculation across Iran. The IRGC is deeply worried about a potential occult attack targeting the new supreme leader, prompting them to take extraordinary secretive measures to safeguard his position. Amid the escalating US-Israel war, Iran is making desperate efforts to prevent any form of witchcraft or supernatural threats directed against Mojtaba, heightening the veil of mystery around his disappearance. Amid a temporary pause in the war, Iran has said that no new images of its newly named supreme leader will be released at this stage, adding a layer of secrecy to an already tense political moment. An IRGC commander cited what he described as occult security concerns as the reason behind the decision, suggesting that even symbolic imagery is now being treated as a potential threat. The commander's statement was reported by Iran International on April 24th, bringing the issue into public view through a media outlet closely watched for developments inside Iran. The IRGC said there was a fear that enemies could use so-called occult sciences to try to harm Mojtaba, showing how seriously the authorities appear to be taking even unconventional forms of perceived risk. Those occult sciences were described as including astrology, numerology, palmistry, tarot reading, and Reiki, all of which were grouped together by the security officials as part of the same concern. Mojtaba was declared Iran's supreme leader on March 8th and 9th after the death of his father, Ali, marking a major shift in the country's leadership. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was killed in joint US-Israeli strikes on February 28th, an event that dramatically escalated tensions and reshaped the political landscape. Mojtaba, who was also injured in those strikes, has not been seen in public since February 28th, deepening speculation around his condition and his role in the aftermath. Mojtaba Khamenei's wife and son were also killed in the February 28th strikes, adding a personal tragedy to the broader conflict. Now, according to the New York Times, Mojtaba is now constantly surrounded by a team of doctors and medical staff, underscoring the seriousness of the injuries and the level of care being provided. Mojtaba is being treated for the injuries he sustained in the airstrikes, according to reports, as medical care continues in the aftermath of the attack. Senior commanders of the IRGC and senior government officials do not visit Mojtaba Khamenei, reportedly out of concern for security and the sensitive nature of his condition. The IRGC and government officials fear that Israel may trace them to Mojtaba and kill him, according to the New York Times, which highlighted the extreme caution surrounding him. The Iranian president has also been involved in Mojtaba's care because he is a heart surgeon, adding a medical dimension to the leadership response around the wounded supreme leader. Mojtaba is said to be gravely wounded, yet mentally sharp and still engaged, according to the report, despite the severity of his physical injuries. One of Mojtaba's legs has been operated on 3 times, and he is reportedly now awaiting a prosthetic, showing how extensive the damage has been. Mojtaba also underwent surgery on one of his hands and is slowly regaining function, while his face was described as severely burned in the strikes. Because of Mojtaba's absence from public view, many people have begun asking who actually holds the reins of power in Iran at this moment. The former advisor to Iran's ex-president said, and I quote, "Mojtaba is managing the country as though he is the director of the board. He relies heavily on the advice and guidance of the board members, and they collectively make all the decisions. The generals are the board members." Unquote. 2 Israeli Air Force technicians have been charged with allegedly spying for Iran during Operation Rising Lion. The technicians worked on F-15 fighter jets and are accused of passing engine diagrams to Iranian contacts. Israel's public broadcaster, Khan News, and reports in the Jerusalem Post outlined the details on April 22nd. A flight instructor's photo was also allegedly handed over to Iran, according to those reports, and Iran is further accused of asking the technicians to collect information on a former IDF chief and the national security minister. 8 other soldiers at the base are suspected of knowing about the spies' activities. After the incident, the Tel Nof Air Base commander called soldiers in for a security briefing. Shin Bet, Israel's internal security service, also summoned the Tel Nof chief to explain what happened. Authorities are now considering whether to upgrade the charges against one of the technicians to treason. Mossad chief David Barnea confirmed that a Mossad operative, known only as M, was killed abroad during the US-Israeli war with Iran. He made the disclosure at a Remembrance Day ceremony on April 21st, using the event to publicly acknowledge the operative's death. Barnea said M died outside Israel while on operations against Iran, without giving details on the exact time, place, or incident. Barnea said, and I quote, "During Lion's Roar, my thoughts and heart were filled with pride in the figure and actions of M, who fell outside Israel while carrying out his duty. The operations led by M combined creativity and ingenuity with advanced technology and had a significant impact on the success of the campaign against Iran." Unquote. Now, Barnier did not specify who M was, when the operative was killed, or in which incident they died, keeping personal and operational details undisclosed. He also did not reveal where M was killed, saying only that the death occurred outside of Israeli borders, without naming the country or exact location. After his remarks, Israeli media reported that M was killed in a 2023 boat sinking on an Italian lake while working with Italian intelligence. Reports said M was involved in efforts to stop Tehran from obtaining advanced weapons in cooperation with Italian security services. The operative was reported to have died when the boat they were on capsized during that mission on the lake. Now, this came days after Iran announced it had arrested 4 suspected Israeli spies in the governorate located in northern Iran. Iranian state media said the 4 detainees were linked to Mossad and accused of espionage activities. Alleged spies were caught in the governorate in northern Iran, Iranian state news agency IRNA had reported, and Tehran alleged that the suspects shared images and locations of Iranian military and security sites with Mossad handlers. Officials said this sensitive information was passed online using digital channels to send photos and coordinates. Earlier, Mossad's chief and senior officials had publicly highlighted recent operations conducted inside Iran during the ongoing conflict. Barnier said, and I quote, "We brought precise intelligence to the Air Force and we hit missiles that threatened Israel, but our mission has yet to be completed. We didn't think that this mission would be completed immediately with the end of the battle, but we planned intensively for our campaign to continue and achieve results even in the period after the strikes in Tehran." Mossad's responsibility in the matter will end only when this radical regime is replaced. "The regime change in Iran is our mission. We will not stand by watching in the face of another existential threat." Unquote. Barnier also stated that Mossad had operated in the heart of Tehran during the US-Israeli campaign against Iran.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.